After Pfizer, never has a group of individuals made a prettier penny off of depression than the Smiths. And there's not an alt-rock band around that hasn't claimed to have been influenced by them. Known as miserableists, the Smiths became famous for the mordant bleakness of their songs, with titles like Heaven Knows I'm Miserable Now, Hat Full of Hollow, What Difference Does It Make, Unhappy Birthday, and Never Had No One Ever. The Smiths earned a reputation for being what that one freak listened to in high school, while everyone else was enjoying their pubescent sexual awakenings to the sound of synth-pop bands like Duran Duran and Culture Club. The Smiths, who formed as a reaction to these highly stylized bands, picked their name as an ordinary antidote to those groups, whose names like Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark and Spandau Ballet they saw as fancy and pompous. So instead of fancy and pompous, they went for bleak and pretentious. Who says depression is a luxury of the elite? The Smiths want everyone to feel like eating ho-hos and weeping to reruns of Life Goes On. This week, the Smiths' entirely remastered 4-album discography is being re-released. Their 1984 debut album, The Smiths, caused an uproar when many thought its primary subject matter was pedophilia, with songs like Suffer Little Children and The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. Creepy. Perhaps even more upsetting is the fact that the Smiths were originally going to record an album of songs for children, but the idea was scrapped when frontman Morrissey proposed titles such as Nihilist's Jamboree, Playing Jump Rope by Myself Near Mommy's Grave, and Lullaby to Nietzsche. With the release of its 1985 album, Meat is Murder, militant vegetarian Morrissey expressly forbade his band to be photographed eating meat. They were, however, allowed to be photographed doing anything they wanted with legumes. The following year, they released The Queen is Dead, to which Her Majesty took great umbrage. And by the time they released their final album, Strange Ways, Here We Come, the band had already broken up. Morrissey left a post-it note on the windshield of bandmate Johnny Marr to let him know he was out of the band. Now, while that might be the appropriate method of leaving your husband, it's hardly the way you should split up with your guitarist. Attempts to get the band back together have proved fruitless, with Morrissey going so far as to say he would rather, quote, eat his own testicles than reform the Smiths. And that's saying something for a vegetarian. Well, you gotta love a man with conviction, even if he does come with a prescription for Xanax. Look, I was totally that freak in high school, so this is Dr. Biaggi telling you to turn it up.